Well, hello. It is, in fact, Let's Talk Tuesday because it is Tuesday. And I sincerely apologize for coming on late. Okay, so when I first started doing this live stream and social media, Diego always said, the key is consistency, consistency, consistency. And tonight, actually, the last couple of weeks have kind of broken the cardinal rule because I realized I was traveling last Tuesday, and so we didn't do the stream last week. And then tonight, we're starting almost 20 minutes late. Hi, Adam. You're so faithful. um, and so then I realized, oh my goodness, people are probably assuming that I'm not coming on tonight, but here I am. So it's hopefully whenever you see this or listen to this or watch this, you are having a good day. Hi, Dawn. It's so good to see you. Yeah, so it's Tuesday, May 13th. May 13th. Man, it's going fast. Hi, Amy. Great to see you. Your girl is just growing up so fast. Hi, Elizabeth. So, Ohio. Isn't it Ohio? Something they do when at the football games, Ohio football games. Hi, Michelle. Mish, I like it. That's very, very cute. Glad to have you with us. So yeah, Diego and I are both here tonight. But what happened was I was I was looking at my message account waiting for the link for tonight because he always sends it to me beforehand. And then I didn't see it and I didn't see it. So I'm wondering where he is. He's wondering where I am. And somehow we got crossed, but we're only human. Hi, Brad. Good to see you. North Alabama. I love that. Yeah, you can all say hello to Diego. He is here behind the scenes tonight. And that's, see, I always say, when Diego's with me because you see the fancy intro that comes flying in, which when I'm by myself, I don't even know how to do. So anyway, I'm just coming back off of some travel and great couple of weeks. So I spent a few days so I went to Las Vegas and then drove to LA from Las Vegas for my casting associate Tiffany Feast. If any of you have talked to Tiffany over the time that you've auditioned for me or communicated with my office, Tiffany got married and to a wonderful man who, ironically, I had cast in one of my early films. And when she said his name is John, she said, I'm dating a guy named John. Of course, there's a million Johns. So never would I have imagined that I actually knew the guy she was dating. And it turns out it was this actor, John Bain, who I had cast in a movie several years previous, had no idea they knew each other, and now they're married. It was awesome. So, and then I went back to Vegas, had a fun girls trip with my sister and my two nieces and a family friend who is like another sister to me, and then came home for one day and then scooped up Ben, and Ben and I flew to Nashville. So you'll be seeing a few little things pop up on my socials, I think, from our time there. So both I Can Only Imagine 2 and A Week Away, the series, are filming in Nashville. So I was able to go and visit the sets of both of those. So different. The two projects are so different, but I was able to visit the sets of both of those, had a great time. That's always so fun to visit the set and see the work and see it all come together and get back together with everyone and reconnect. So it's really, Michelle, you're in Nash Vegas. I love it. I love it. Let's see who else. Brad Roberts, Susan, hi. Houston, we have Houston in the house. Oh, Michelle Houston, hi. Sorry, Brad Roberts. North Alabama. Okay, I'm getting it. And Joey, right? Am I getting that right? Yeah, from South Carolina. You've been gone for, I'm glad you're back. I've been gone for a while too. So now we're both back. David, hi from OKC, one of my favorite places. So, David, I don't know if you know Chris Freihofer, who is the premier casting director in the Tulsa, Oklahoma City area, basically all of Oklahoma. He's awesome. But my assistant Tiffany, I was just telling you about, I met him through her because she started in Oklahoma at Chris Freihofer's office, then moved to LA, and then I snatched her up. And so I got to spend a little time with Chris Freihofer at that wedding in LA. So that was great too. If you are in Oklahoma and you don't know Chris Freihofer, you should. He has not only is a great casting director, does top level projects. He also has a wonderful studio, classes, teaching programs for all levels of experience. So if you are in the Oklahoma, even the Texas area, look him up, look at the classes. The Actor Studio is what it's called, and it's in Norman, Oklahoma. So he's wonderful. So Amy from Knoxville, good to see you. Hi, Katie, Atlanta. Jenny. So we have both Amy and Jenny in Knoxville. Do you guys know each other? If not, maybe you should have coffee sometime. Let's see. Oh, we got to meet Tiffany on Fairwood. She's awesome, isn't she? So if you guys, tonight's pretty open. So if you guys have questions you've been wanting to ask, feel free to ask them. I will keep an eye on the comments and do my best to answer them as intelligently or semi-intelligently as I can with my years of experience. I'm on my 31st year in this business now. So I've had a few experiences, onset, offset, in really all areas of filmmaking. So Sky from Australia, I love that. I love that. So on the set of I Can Only Imagine 2, on the first film, I Can Only Imagine, we cast as one of the bandmates an actor who's also a musician named Mark Furs. Well, he went on to win, I think he won The Voice Australia. Yeah, the Australian version of The Voice. So Mark Furs is now back for I Can Only Imagine 2. I don't know if you're familiar with that name, Sky, but I did a film called Unsung Hero and got to cast several Aussies and love it. And you know, Australian accents are very difficult for Americans to do. And I've known that, but I learned that casting that film Unsung Hero, because there were a lot of actors who thought, oh yeah, I can do Australian because they do British or Scottish or, you know, some sort of UK, Europe. Australian, man. And I was working with the producers on it, Joel Smallbone and Luke Smallbone from the music group For King and Country, and they are Australian. So man, they picked up on every little bit of it. So Sky, I have a question for you. Is it hard for Australians to do an American accent? That would be my question. So, okay, let me look. Susan Willis, I love that you have a question. That's awesome. How would you list vertical films on a resume? Oh, technically they are short films. Yeah, you know, more and more people have been doing vertical films, and that's a new type of credit. But yes, I would list it as short films. They're really, really short. you could put it in its own category, depending on how you have your resume laid out. You could list it because you have features, you have TV. If you have combined that into one paragraph, television features, you could like shorts / vertical films, or just put in a parenthesis. Maybe if you're listing under film work, you could put in parentheses vertical film. It's really more new media than it is like film, because it's made specifically for the new media platforms, the social media platforms. So I would probably list it under web series new media. But again, you can always sort of tag it as a vertical film if you depending on how you have it laid out. So, but it's more and more common. So I'm seeing it more. I'm hearing about it more, these vertical films. What vertical films are, and Susan, correct me if I'm wrong as far as what you're referring to, but my understanding of vertical films is it's almost like episode or soap opera dramas, but it can be comedy, it can be drama, that are created in tiny little chunks specifically for a platform like TikTok or these short form social media platforms. And so you're literally doing like 3-minute segments, and all strung together, they are one, greater, bigger series and storyline and characters that continue through. But they're filmed and they're shot in tiny little segments. So there's a lot more production companies that are doing that, and a lot more, I'm seeing a lot more of those opportunities coming along. I don't know. I think it's a good way to get some initial footage and to get experience. So, I'm all for it. I think there's a wide range of the kind of content that it is. And that's what I'm not as familiar with is I'm familiar with it in the context of like more of like a serialized soap opera type of a drama, where there's all kinds of different storylines going on at the same time and overlapping and intertwining. So yeah, that's my understanding of it. Yeah, it is a new thing, but like I said, I'm hearing about it a lot more than I had before. Okay, let's see. Oh, so Amy, you do know each other. I love that. That's great. Okay, let's see. Yes, it is a milestone, 31 years. June will actually be 31, the end of 31 years, and gonna go on to 32. Let's see, Valerie, just watched Bluey. I got 2 little ones that learned Australian accents. I love that. Well, a lot of foreign countries, the people, you'll hear the people say, "Oh, I learned English from watching American TV." So, excuse me, that was probably loud in your ears. I'm so sorry. But, the reverse can happen too. You can learn other accents and languages by watching television, their television, Australian shows. Let's see. My son needed subtitles to watch The Witcher on Netflix. Okay, Sky. Yes, the Aussie accent is very different to what most actors are used to. It is. It's very. There's all these like diphthongs and complex. They feel complex to me. Not only pronunciations and vowels, combinations of vowels, and how they're sort of stretched out, but also the rhythm of it, just the rhythm of the speaking. is different. Let's see. I think the U.S. accent is easier for us because we hear it all the time. Yep, that's true. But it is strange when you first get started. The placement is completely different in the mouth. Yeah, I believe that. Because it really is a different embouchure. Like you just have to shape your vowels and use your embouchure differently, your mouth differently. So let's see. Adam, yes, I am. In fact, Diego and I were just talking about this. I think everything's in place and we can start doing coaching appointments, start booking coaching appointments. So at some point, Diego, I'm sure, will put up a link as to how you can sign up for that. Diego, my wonderful Diego, who I couldn't do this without. So we will post it for you, but I believe everything's set up and we're ready. I have my schedule to him. So yeah, I'm excited. I love spending time with you guys. I love being able to dive deep with you and be more specific. On here, of course, I'm being very general to try to cover the broadest experience. Be on the lookout for this week for an email and a post on social media about coaching. So there's your answer. So you'll know this week. But yeah, so I'm here. I'm being more broad and a little more general, but with each person individually, I can look at your materials. I can look at your headshots. We can work through your specific material or scene or monologue, whatever the case may be. And I can be specific to you and to your performance strengths and maybe give specific observations about you and how you're coming across and the choices that you're making. So I love that. And hopefully, it's helpful to you all as well. So Allie from North Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, right? Coeur d'Alene. I think this summer we might make it up there. That's still my hope. So let's see. Susan Willis, soap opera on steroids. That's a good way to describe it. Dawn, there's a Christian vertical show in far eastern Kentucky, but I forget what it's called. I think as usual, these platforms exist out there, and anything that has, non-faith family type content, we just need to have someone start doing that same application, but for content that is faith forward or family oriented. Yeah, so I'm sure someone's doing it and more people will be doing it. But that's you guys. Some of you guys could maybe start doing that. It would be awesome. Hi, Brooklyn. Yes, coaching is coming back. Let's see. Hi, Ivy. How's life in Charlotte? Let's see. Gina, hi from Knoxville. Let's make some movies. Yeah, I'm working on a project, but the breakdown's not out yet, but it's for quite a ways off. And this one will be shot outside of the US. So it's one of those projects I'm excited about, but it's a little different kind of a project. So I don't have as many opportunities for American, kind of all American faces and actors, but I'm sure there'll be more coming. Brooklyn, did you and Diego get to go on set of A Week Away? Yes. Any updates for us? Fun moment on set you can share. Yeah, I had a great time watching, visiting the set of both Imagine. So A Week Away, Imagine and A Week Away. A Week Away, I was there on a day that Lee Allen was working and David Koechner was working, and then all of the campers, so all of the actors who are playing are our high school campers. And so they were doing a dodgeball scene in these puffy suits, and so much fun, very funny. I really loved watching Alan. So Alan Powell is the director. The series is being made for Angel Studios, but the production company is actually Monarch Media, which is Alan Powell and Steve Barnett. They are based in Nashville now, both of them. If you are not familiar with them or the work that they do, I encourage you to follow them. Alan is pretty faithful about posting on social media, and he does talk about the business, but he also just offers some general inspirational life thoughts and lessons from his POV. But Monarch has some really great things going on, and both Steve and Alan are really wonderful. Um, but it was my first time being able to watch Alan in the director's seat. I can't say director's chair because he never sat down when I was there. So he was right in the middle of it. Very, very all involved. But man, I've known him for a lot of years. He started in music and then branched out to acting and then started producing and writing, and now he just does it all. And with his partner Steve Barnett, they just have so much that they're developing and doing. And so this watching him, if you've ever had a friend that you see sort of stepping into that place that you just know that God had equipped them to do, it's really exciting to see that, and to see them accomplish things that they had dreamed of and talked about. Alan and I would get together from time to time. My office was in Culver City, and he was living around there, but we would get together from time to time. And I remember one time in particular, we met at a restaurant in downtown Culver City, and he was telling me about this high school church camp musical idea he had, and that he was really passionate about it. And he could just picture it. Like when he would talk about it, you knew he just had it all in his brain. He knew all of it in his mind. And that, honestly, that was probably 10 years ago, 10, maybe longer, maybe 11 years ago. He would know better, but to see it now come, not only the movie a week away, if you guys haven't seen the original movie a week away, it's really fun. Great music. It's high school church camp. And I think it's on Netflix still. That it was premiered as a Netflix original. And I think it's still on Netflix. So you can see it there. And then the series just gets to expand on the lives of these campers and the counselors. And it still deals with and is set in kind of similar scenarios as the first one. But it's new characters from the movie, with the exception of David Koechner. He's the one that is returning from the movie. So, but to see Alan on set directing, hear the songs that they've written. If any of you know Cozy Zulsdorf, so if you were a fan of the Dolphin Tale movies, Cozy was the young female lead at that time, probably 12 years old. I think there were 3 of them, Dolphin Tale 1, 2, and 3. Well, she's all grown up, and she is not only one of the lead actors, but she asked if she could try her hand at writing just a little piece of a scene for her character. That turned into her writing on a few of the episodes to being a full-blown co-writer on the series. And then also she had an idea for a song, and Alan said to her, hey, if you ever want to pitch a song, just let me know. And she got busy, and now she's written several of the songs, or co-written several of the songs. And so I'm really excited for all of the new faces you're going to see and meet, wonderful people, challenging storylines. These are not going to be just easy peasy, everything's resolved in 30-minute kind of episodes. And I'm excited for that too, to really have some real conversations. And but you still have a ton of fun. I mean, they're going to be playing dodgeball in puffy suits. So, what's not fun about that? And of course, you have Lee Allen Baker, who's new to the series as well, and she's great. So anyway, it was a real privilege being able to be there on set, not only see everybody and see the actors. Some of them we did sessions and even our chem reads and our callbacks over Zoom. And so I hadn't met a couple of them in person yet. So it was my opportunity to actually go and give them a hug and say hello in person, and kind of close that circle of connection with them in person. So it was a real joy to do that. And then, of course, visiting the set of I Can Only Imagine too was totally different, because they were doing this. They were working in a studio and what's called a cyc wall or a LED wall, and it was this wraparound wall. And so they were able to put a static bus, so the tour bus was static and the wall was playing all of the images around them. But the quality, I mean, that kind of concept has been around a long time, but the technology has increased so much that the quality is just off the chain. It just looked amazing. So that was great. And Ben was able to go to the set of both of these. So he got a little glimpse into what I do and kind of how it all works and how what I do fits into the big picture. So, Ben, my husband, knows nothing about the film business, or didn't until our last trip. He learned a lot. But he's a fly fisherman, an avid fly fisherman. So he thought a casting director had something to do with fly fishing. And I had to break his heart and tell him, no, I've never fly fished in my life. I don't know how to. I want to learn. I'm totally open to it. But so we have a lot to learn about each other's world. So this trip allowed him to just see a piece of my world and meet the people that I talk about all the time, and that I'm getting on calls with, during the day and night, and texting with, but mostly just see how it all fits together, how my piece fits together in the big picture. And so that was great. And it meant a lot to me to be able to share that with him, that piece with him. So it was a really, really wonderful week. And we will be sharing more in the coming weeks, little clips from that and people I talked about. I did meet a wonderful person that I am going to plan to bring on a Tuesday night, which she is a social producer. So basically, she's a social media producer and strategist. And she's leading the social media and creating the social media campaign for A Week Away. And we got to chat a little bit. Her name is Tink McLeod. So keep your eyes peeled. I'll try to give you more advance notice when Tink is going to be on, because there's a lot I think you can learn from her. And I know you guys always have questions about social media. Why is it important? How do you do it? How do you break through, through the noise and the crowd? And so in a couple weeks, we'll have her on, and I know you're going to get a lot out of that. I was super excited to meet her. We did a short little video piece that we'll put up on socials eventually, but we'll have a longer conversation with her, and I'm really excited for you guys to be able to hear from her. I think we're all gonna, myself included, we're all gonna learn a lot from her. So Gina just filmed The Best Thing About Christmas here in Knoxville. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, there's a lot more filming in Knoxville. I know things are, because it is getting more crowded and busier in Nashville, they're going to the markets, the Memphis and Knoxville and the other places, to find alternatives. So that's awesome. Elizabeth, question. Curious if you can recommend a great actors conference in the Nashville, Tennessee area for brand new folks just getting started. Okay, so I'm going to suggest two. one, so Anthem Collective, which is Diego's management company and the group that I'm a part of. I'm one of his clients, along with Lee Allen Baker and many others. We last year did what we call the Creative Exchange. Thank you very much. And we are doing the Creative Exchange again in Nashville. So Diego, if you, I don't remember the dates right offhand, but I know you know them. He'll put the dates on there. But so I would say that one, because we don't have a ton of people. It's not a huge, big conference. It's a lot more kind of one-on-one time. There you go. September 18th through 20th. That'll be in Nashville. And you can go to that website. It'll give you more information as to the specifics. But we get a lot more one-on-one time and hands-on working with you. There's going to be 4 of us that are kind of mentors working with the actors. And so it's over 2 days, and we get a lot of really good, well, like kind of 2.5 days. Yeah. We get great time together. So we'll have actors from all levels, but whether you're beginning or you're more advanced, you're going to be hearing and learning the principles and hearing from, people who are doing it and doing the work and what's working for them and what has helped them. You'll hear from myself, Lee Allen Baker, and I believe we have 2 other guests. I just don't know what I can say and what I can't. So I'll leave that to Diego. But so yeah, we had a fantastic time when we did it last year in Charlotte. So our next one is in Nashville, September 18th through 20th. Lots of smaller group, so more kind of connection and plenty of time. But there is another conference that I could recommend to you, which is Focus, the Actors Conference. I think that's the phrase, but it's Focus. It's put on by Natalie Dendy, who is a talent manager, and her company is called Bold Line Entertainment. And it is coming up in July, I believe. There you go, Focus Actors Conference. That you're going to get a ton of information because there's a lot of people and high level, great, like legit, some of the main icons in the faith family world and in the film business. Ken Carpenter, Rich Peluso, who runs Sonia Firm. There you go, July 25th, 26th. Actors, Jesse Hutch. There's so many actors that are going to be there. Jonathan Sheck, I believe, is going to be there again. Gary Wheeler's going to be there, producer. There's so many. So in that, you're going to get a lot of content, a lot of information. It may even feel overwhelming. So I tell you, go there with your notepad and try to soak up as much as possible. And then, you'll have time to process it. But that is happening in Nashville in July. So those are the 2 that I would tell you. Okay. Let's see. Susan, the secular sets are my battlefield. The faith-based film community keeps me grounded. I love that. I really do believe some people are bothered when others call the film world, especially kind of the secular world, a mission field, but I think it is. I absolutely think it is. I think that there are people who God specifically equips to be salt and light in that environment. Now, not everyone is equipped for that. Not everyone is going to be the right fit for that, either because they're not at a place in their own faith where they can feel strong and confident in the weight of opposition, because there's a lot of opposing opinions and forces and content that you have to navigate through when you choose to go that route. But I absolutely believe that God has gifted and called people to be salt and light in amongst the entertainment business at large. And we absolutely should not just relinquish all of that. We need to be present in that. We need to have a voice in that. And like I said, I think there are specific people who God has gifted that way and equipped that way, and they are able to navigate those relationships and navigate what can be some very complex and difficult conversations and waters, especially when you come across maybe opposing political views or religious views. And, it can be complex, but I do believe that people are gifted that way. So, Susan, I'm glad that you feel like that is something God has called you to do. And it's great too to have those opportunities in the faith-based world, because that can be an encouragement to you. That can be the time where you get refreshed and you get you come alongside of others who are like-minded with you, and you can kind of regroup and refresh and get equipped to go back out there again. So let's see. Oh, Gina, you were on the red carpet scene of I Can Only Imagine too. That's so fun. I love that. Diego's going to be on set tomorrow. I love that. Elizabeth, no, I don't think I've answered that question. So that's all good. Brad Roberts, yes, Monarch Media. So Steve Barnett and Alan Powell and their third partner, Vicky Patel, they make up Monarch Media, and they're based in Nashville. I'd say Nashville and LA, but they both happen to now Vicky lives in California, but Steve and Alan now both live in Nashville. So, but they're doing great stuff. Diego said the music is incredible. It really is. Guys, I'm so excited for you to see it. It's just going to be so good. Those guys are so cool, super talented and kind. I got to talk to Steve and Alan on the set and off. They're very available. They're very open. They're very honest. They're very straightforward. And I appreciate that. I don't need people to tell me what they think I want to hear or to placate me. I just want to have honest conversations with people. I want to be able to be real with people and be authentic. And so they are both very, very authentic. And I love that. Let's see. Love that you could visit I Can Only Imagine too as well. Good friends bringing the film to life. Oh, thanks. It's yes, Ben thought a casting director directed casting a fly rod. Yeah. Anyway, but he married me anyway, even though I don't know how to fly fish, but that's one of our things. In fact, that's one of the reasons that we're going to travel up to northern Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, all of that he's going to show me some good fly fishing spots, and I'm going to try to learn. Let's see. So Robin said the Creative Exchange in Charlotte was awesome. So thanks for the endorsement, Robin. Appreciate that. Let's see. Hi, Lane. Woodstock, Georgia. Woodstock's such a cute town, man. Great town. Hi, Bob. You're in Nashville. One more time for I Can Only Imagine too. Yeah, I will tell you. I think they still have 3 weeks of filming left. So that's wonderful. Yeah, Elizabeth, I feel really confident in both of those. I'd love to have you at the Creative Exchange. We would love to have you. And I can assure you that we will have a really good time, a lot of quality time together. but I went to Focus last year, was at Focus, and it's great as well. So let's see. Billy, you're near Coeur d'Alene as well. Lucky you. I just can't wait to go there. Yeah, so Jenny, I think it's 2.5 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, that they have 2.5 or 3 weeks that they have left. Stephanie, yes, authenticity. We all could use it. I could use it. I crave it. And in fact, the older I get, the more I crave let's just get to the bottom line. Let's just be real. Let's cut through all of the sort of pretend and the surfacey kind of stuff, and let's get to real relationships and quality time. And yeah, so I know it's not realistic, especially when you guys are going to these conferences. It's not realistic that you're going to get quality, heart to heart, authentic time with everyone that you want to connect with. But for those you do, if our goal is to, whoever we do get that opportunity with, we are being authentic, we are being real, we are engaging in a genuine way, then I think that's great. It may mean that you don't meet as many people, but that you make a few less but deeper, more profound connections, which in the long run, I think serve us better, not only as people, because we crave those kinds of connections, but as artists, and sharing, what we do and our craft and all of that. So, okay, let's see. There was Atlanta Film and Stage loves you. Oh, Salt and Light. Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. So, the Imagine just got announced that it's going to be a few weeks early. Originally announced it's coming out March 26, 2026. It's now going to be February 2026. So I think they were probably moving away from the Easter release time, because there's a lot, I think, targeted for that Easter release time. The Chosen, that's kind of become their annual release platform for when they release the new season. I know that there's other films in production now that we're potentially targeting that time frame. So I can only imagine 2 is going to be February of 2026 now. And then a week away, I don't have the premiere date yet, but I'm sure that we'll find out soon. And again, it's being created for Angel Studios, so it'll be released through that, through them. I don't know whether it will be exclusively through their streaming service or whether they'll have a secondary or another opportunity. But we will see. We'll all figure it out and find out together. But, I learn a lot when I go to set, and I was reminded, I did just a short little video interview with, and she's an actress musician named Chaselyn, and she is Alan's assistant on the movie, but she is a very accomplished musician herself and actor herself. But she had the wisdom to know that even though she wasn't in the movie or in A Week Away, she wasn't although, she did go through the process like all the other actors did. She understood the value of being there, being Alan's assistant, learning from him. Honestly, I would love to do that. I would learn so much from shadowing a director, one of the producers. And I have so much more to learn. After 31 years, I still have so much more I want to learn. So if you guys ever have the opportunity to be an assistant or to intern, to get on set and be able to shadow someone who is experienced and who you can really learn from, man, you guys take it. It is better than any film school. Like I shouldn't say better than, but it's film school on steroids, because you're learning the practical day to day and the realistic application of of skills and talents. So I would just encourage you. And she echoed that same thing. Chaselyn's having an awesome experience. Yeah. I mean, I talked to her, and again, we'll post some of these videos that I did while I was there, but she talks about the things that she's learning and why it's been such a great experience. And does she want to be a director's assistant? Is that her big goal in life? No. She is incredibly talented. She could have said, "Oh no, I'm a musician," or "I'm an actor. I don't do that." But she was smart to take that opportunity because of what she's being exposed to and what she's learning. If you get that opportunity, be valuable to whoever it is you're working with. Be the most valuable person to them. Being available, anticipating their needs, thinking ahead for them, problem solving before they even know it's a problem. They will be grateful. They will share wisdom that you couldn't get any other way. So absolutely take those opportunities if you get them. And I know a lot of times that means, very little money or no money. And sometimes it's just not possible to do that. And you guys, I totally get it. I've told you all how I started, which was interning on a film with a filmmaker friend of mine. I was 30 years old, almost 30 years old at the time. I had been in a job where I was making very good money, and I decided I wanted to shift and make a change. And so I was interning for $50 a week. But here I am 31 years later. Had I not done that, I would not be here. I would not have been in this business for 31 years. Had I not started and just thought, for 4 weeks, I'm going to intern for $50 a week, and I am going to do whatever. I will empty trash. I will get him. Our joke was getting fruity drinks. I will make sure I always have water with me so that I can hand it off to him, whatever it was. I tried to do my best to make sure I was there, and I was anticipating needs, and that led to one opportunity to another, and here I am 31 years later. So take those opportunities if you can. I understand you can't always. It's not always financially feasible, so I get it. But if you can, it's amazing. It's amazing. Learn, crew, any position, and you may decide. So I worked production for several years after that. I mean, I did casting alongside several things. I've told you guys I was a production coordinator. I was first AD. I did second AD. And then over time, I just realized that wasn't the ADing, the actual physical production wasn't my calling. That wasn't where I really wanted to be. But I wouldn't have known that unless I did it. And I cannot tell you how invaluable what I learned working, not just visiting a set, not just being on a set for a few hours or a day, but working the day to day of a film, multiple films, did for me, as far as even in my casting working, understanding why certain qualities are so important in actors, understanding the kinds of personalities that work in a kind of high stress or high stakes production situation. Sometimes sets are nice and comfortable, and you're shooting on a stage and it's air conditioned, and dressing rooms are right there and crafty's right there. But sometimes you're out in the desert and things are not fun, and it's hot and you're sweating, or it's cold and you're freezing. And I have a much better understanding of what it would take for the actors to do well and thrive in those various different production environments, because I was in them and I saw what worked and what didn't work. I saw actors who made life very difficult for the crew. I saw actors who were divas. I saw actors who weren't prepared and slowed everything down. But I saw brilliant actors who came, were ready, who elevated the material, who were a joy to just be around. Everyone wanted to be around them. Everyone wanted to work with them. And so that time, that experience for me was just, like I said, invaluable. So you may say I'm an actor. I'm not a crew. I'm not a PA. I'm not an intern. I'm not a director's assistant. But if you have an opportunity on a production where you're working with people who know what they're doing, just do it. Just do it. There's no way there will be a downside. You'll come out of it with some sorts of lessons and experiences that are going to inform you and help you moving forward. Stand-ins, that's a great thing for actors. If you have the opportunity to be a stand-in on a film or a TV show or any of that, do that. Because you're right there in the thick of it. You're in there with the conversations that director's having with the cinematographer, with the lighting, with camera placement, all of it. You're walking through the scenes. And so those are awesome opportunities for you guys. So, okay. So I realize I've managed to talk for over 50 minutes. Okay. We will post about signing up for coaching, and we'll make sure you know how to do that, and we are ready to go on that. Also, keep in mind Creative Exchange coming to Nashville September 18th through 20th. Put it on your calendar now. Maybe if you have a birthday between now and then, you could ask for help. Your gift could be a little help paying for that or gifting that to you. Or if you're not in the Nashville area, maybe, helping to pay for a flight or some gas to make it out there. We'd love to have you. And then I'll let you know when we're going to have Tink McCloud. But in the meantime, if you want to just look up Tink, Tink McCloud, McCloud. I believe that's how she spells it. I'll double check it. But to become familiar with her ahead of our conversation in a couple weeks, that'd be great. And you can follow A Week Away production. They're posting almost daily kind of little glimpses into filming. So A Week Away series, and Alan Powell, any of those, Monarch Media, those socials will get you that. And then I Can Only Imagine Too also is posting great stuff. And go do your thing, be amazing. Start a vertical faith-based series. I don't know. I believe you guys can do it. If anyone can do it, you guys can do it. So I'm sure someone out there has an idea already. So great seeing you guys. Thanks for your patience and us starting a little late today and being a little inconsistent, but I will strive to do better. Always learning, right? Always learning, always growing. So love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Okay. Love you. Bye. Oh, I'm still there. That's so funny. Diego, I just have to laugh. Okay, I can't sign myself out. He has to do it. Okay, I guess I can. Oh, see, authenticity. This is authenticity, you guys. This is authenticity. Is that?
I came on because I wanted to make sure we made an emphasis on the coaching that's happening.
Okay. I was like, okay, bye. Did my kiss, and then I'm still there.
I was like, hold on, let me turn on the lighting real quick just to remind everyone. Coaching announcement is going to happen this week, and Beverly's going to be launching her coaching online. And I just want to sell her a little bit on the one-on-one is incredible to be able to sit with Beverly and have one-on-one with her. You know what you guys experience here on the Let's Talk Tuesday, and she's answering your questions. There's a whole bunch of people on here. You get the same energy from her one-on-one. And I think that this is an investment, not just from the sake of you as an actor, but I think it's also an opportunity for you to create some type of a connection with Beverly as well. It's way beyond just the coaching, but I think many people that are even tuning in now can realize that when they see Beverly, there's already a connection being made. And that's the reason why we've been able to coin whenever Beverly's out and about with people, she's Bevan. Because once you get connected with Beverly, it's like you guys are friends. So I just wanted to jump on here at the end and just remind
Aw.
people that her coaching is getting started. I'm the one that handles the back end for Beverly, so I handle like the coaching and the logistics for all of that and the admin stuff. But I do want to let you know this is not me making a sales pitch, but when it does go live, it sells out, and that's a big shock for
Yes.
even us when we did it. Remember, Bev,
Yeah.
when we were
Oh my
first doing
gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
we
It
were we were shocked and
and
literally
humbled,
months.
incredibly humbled that you guys
Yes.
would see the value in that. And I really, I love my time with you, and I feel it is very important to me that we pack as much quality conversation and time and work, whatever it is you want to get out of that period of time, um, that we pack as much as we can into that window. So, yes, I will give you 100% when we're together, mostly because I just am excited to see you. Dawn, you are so wonderful. Thank you. I love you. Dawn is incredibly talented, and I have the joy of doing the coaching with her too. So,
And I just
anyway,
want to encourage the people too, and remind them that when we launched the coaching, for Bev, we put certain amount of hours. Here's an extended amount this time, like where Bev is making even more space available with her one on one during the week, just because we see that demand. And I just had to read this. Ali says, I had a coaching session with Beverly, and it was so valuable and helpful. Absolutely recommend. I look forward to our next one.
I do too, Allie. I do too.
And that's an
I do
important part
too.
too that people should be aware of. Like when you book something and you're like, okay, I got a booking, just be mindful that people are not just going one time with Bev, they're coming back with Bev. And so yeah. Anyway, I hear the puppy in the background, Rudy.
It's so funny. It's almost like he's my timer,
He
right?
knows.
Because he's very patient for a long time, long time. He'll be mellow, and then he's like done.
That's
I'm
right.
done. I'm gonna play now. I need you to get off the computer. And that's what the squeaking is telling me. So
Well, then good. We're going to listen to Rudy. I just want to come on here and just remind people of that. Coaching, we'll be sending an email out. So if you subscribe to Beverly's email list, there's going to be an email being sent out. And then we're going to be posting it on social media as well. But we're doing all of that because people have left emails and messages saying they had no idea about the coaching. You're getting an email, you're getting a posting, and when it's sold out, it's sold out until next time. So that's all I got, Bev.
oh, you're awesome. And honestly, you guys, all of you are Let's Talk Tuesday family. I sincerely just appreciate you. I appreciate your questions because you're asking the questions that are helpful to the others in our community. Um, and that's wonderful. I will answer any of your questions because I want to be helpful to you. But you guys, you're encouraging to each other, and you're kind, and you're funny, and man, what a joy it is to this little community that we've built and are continuing to build. So
Yes.
um really, yeah, just love you guys and can't wait to continue our Tuesdays and our, for those that are able, our one-on-ones. So
Yeah. And
it's
for
great.
those asking questions right now, how do they subscribe to Bev's email list? There's going to be two ways for you, three ways. One, you can send Bev a DM on Instagram and it'll immediately give you a link to her subscriber. Two, I'm going to leave a link on this stream video in the comment section so you can click it and subscribe, or you could just DM me and I'll get you the link to subscribe to Beverly's email list. We're about to hit a 1,000 subscribers, so that's
Yay.
amazing. Yeah.
It just means it's not even so much about the numbers as it is just knowing that we're building this community, and that, it's like you tell two friends and you tell two friends, but that's also impact that we're having, the salt and the light, that we're able to encourage each other to go out and, make a difference in the work that we're doing. So,
Exactly.
yeah, so it's a joy. Love you guys so much. And yeah, I'm going to go take care of the dog who now wants to play. And maybe the husband. I don't know. I'll
I hope you were talking about the dog. All right. Good night, y'all.
Okay. Love you guys. Bye.
Okay, let's go.